But now, if you don't have this one in entrepreneurship life, you stand in a long line and you waited for it and things change. And here's the best part, which makes you even worse. When you don't understand this backdoor access, is this: the later you get into an opportunity, the more competitions you're gonna get and less benefit you're gonna get. So you need to get in sooner. And if you can use a backdoor access to get it sooner, you could save yourself from a lot of pain point. So what do you want to talk about today?
Okay, so today we will talk about the backdoor access. Very interesting part today. So the first question, why do you think about so many entrepreneurs feel stuck in endless problems, not reaching financial stability, feel alone freedom?
Because they don't have the real advantage into what they're trying to do. So let's imagine this factor. Let's say if you want to lift this table, and now if you want to lift this table, you need strength. So now you don't have the strength. So one of the bad solution will be for you, you go to the gym and try to build that muscle in next few months. So that means you will not be able to lift the table for a few months later. But now you need to lift the table right now. And now here's the thing. What is the value of lifting the table and spending few months in the gym trying to build a muscle? I'm not telling undermining your values of getting a muscle is a good thing, but ultimate outcome you're trying to get on into this table. So when you look into for advantage things, one of the fundamental and one of the most powerful advantage thing is you can have backdoor access. And this backdoor access is so valuable, it's actually been sold to you in different things. Like an example, if you want to go to the airport and you don't want to line in a long line, now in Ho Chi Minh City, Tan Son Nhat Airport has a line of 400, 500 people will stand in front of you in immigrations. You could have a backdoor access, skip the whole thing, leave the airport with the VIP lounge. It's the same lounge where the pilots and the crews use it to get on the plane. They don't stand with you. They have a separate line. It's like that. If you could use that backdoor access to take that kind of loan, you could save yourself from a long hours of being in a line. Because I myself, now I use this backdoor access. I never queue up in the line anymore because I purchase it. It's valuable for me. I save my time. But now if you don't have this one in entrepreneurship life, you stand in a long line and you waited for it and things change. And here's the best part, which makes you even worse when you don't understand this backdoor access, is this. Just imagine you want to get into a house and there are the 500 other people standing in front of you to get into the house. It's going to take you 6 months or maybe 3 months period of time to get into the house because it's a long line. But before the world is changing so fast, the opportunity you are looking for is already gone by the time probably when you get into the house. And the second thing is about the later you get into the house, the less experience you get. Let me explain to you. Let's say you want to get into a nightclub. There's a long line into it. You want to party that night. You want to celebrate. You got to make a big score. You want to celebrate that night. So now, if you get into the nightclub early, let's say there are only 50 people and you are in, you have a lot of space. You can dance, you can drink and enjoy your nights. But now think about you get into the nightclub when there is other 1,000 people into the nightclub. You barely can sit somewhere. There's no seat for you. No place to stand and actually have a dance and enjoy your nights. So that's the second factor. The later you get into an opportunity, the more competitions you're going to get and less benefit you're going to get. So you need to get in sooner. And if you can use a backdoor access to get it sooner, you could save yourself from a lot of pain point. And here's the thing I want to tell you. Jack Ma always talk about it. You don't have to be the best. You need to be the fast. What you were trying to do, the first. The only way you can get into the first line to access something when you use the backdoor access. And here's the best part. It's not illegal.
So have you ever felt stuck personally? And when was the moment that you realized that hardworking wasn't enough?
Oh, there were so many times. So many times. I'll tell you that time. So a few years back, when I started VSHR Pro Academy, my routine of the working hours per week was 120 to 130 hours. I was completely buying into the hustle culture. And that is the moment I figured out this one, that I'm doing all this thing and I'm trading all the fun out of my life. I'm sacrificing all the other important areas of my life. I'm lucky that I could afford that time. Now I don't want to. Even I don't want to do it. But I did that thing, and I see this one, I have a significantly less joy in my life. And then one day I realized this one, that I'm actually doing the wrong thing. I'm not using my advantage stack. I'm not finding the more creative way to accessing this backdoor access to access what I want to go. And when I started making the shift, my working hour in the week reduced. So can you imagine a normal person in a week work 40 hours? That's the working hour in a corporate job or in a job. I was doing 120 hours. Means 3 times working I was doing in a working hour time. And I was doing it months after months. So this has saved me from getting out a massive disaster failure, because as soon as I make those shifts, immediately start to reduce my working hours, and I started to make better outcomes. Because I was trying to build advantage rather than utilizing all the advantage I already have. I was thinking that, I need that advantage, let's build it. So everything I was starting from scratch, rather than thinking about what is I already have in my hand, let's make it better, make it stronger, utilize it better. So that's the movements. It changed for me. I changed the business model of the VSHR Pro Academy. I changed the focus. I changed the teams, changed the structures. And now it's a completely different what it used to be. It doesn't require me, because I don't even actually have 120 hours of work to do right now. Even I want to, there's no work that so many hours to do. Because all the advantages and all the things, all the advantage stack, all the backdoor access we already have, we don't need to work I don't need to work 120 hours. Even I want to, like I said, I cannot find that amount of works.
I see. Yeah, next question. What separates the top 10%, the ones who live with options, from the rest who stay trapped? Is it mindset, environment, or something else?
When you see something in a wide eye, you get a gross idea. And when you see something with a magnifying glass, you start to see the real thing. But I will tell you that most of the people are seeing everything with a wide eye. So now I'm going to help you out, light you out on this one with a magnifying thing. It's not a lot of things. The 4 things can make someone significantly successful and be in the top 10% of anything they do. The first, understand what the unprivileged advantage they have and stack up with the other advantage they have, a better advantage stack for them. That's what they do, the first thing. The second thing they do, they find a lover or partner, turn that person to the second brain. That's what they do. And number 3 is they really focus about how they can continuously access the different backdoor access. They become the backdoor access for other people, and so other people give them the backdoor access too. So this is one of the great things. If you could become a backdoor access for someone else, they will bring you the backdoor access too. You can buy some of the backdoor access, like I bought the backdoor access to the airports. I don't have to line up anymore. I don't sit with everyone in the lounge. I sit in a VIP lounge and enjoy my breakfast because I bought that. And the final thing is about what you really need to do is all people having a great balance of 3 things. It works like a ladder. So I want you to imagine in the left side is your belief system, how much you believe in yourself. On the other side, you see it as that second one is your character traits. And now, in the middle of the ladder is about your skills. So successful people really know their ladder really well. They know which thing is their limiting factor to go to the next level. Is it the skills? Is it the beliefs? Or is it about the character trait? Because if anyone is shorter, let's say your character trait is interfere, means you capped here, you're not going up, even you have the other things improved. So they know where they are and they're solving that thing. They often do, they learn it on themselves, and often they don't learn. They find the who can play that role for them. And that's how the successful people are always in the top 10%.
Okay. What patterns do you see in those who escape from the struggle?
Well, it's a very simple pattern, all right? 2 things or 3 things I have seen very well. 3 patterns, basically. Number 1, they understand the leverage game. So there are 4 levels of leverage you could have on anything. The first, I call it 4C. The first C called the collaborations. They know how to collaborate with other people. The second level of leverage is about 2C, is about the capital leverage. They know how to allocate the capital properly in the personal life and also in professional life and also in business life too. The third C is about they are in a content. They create contents which can represent for them as well too. And the final one is the fourth C is about the code. They know how to apply the codes and technology to run the thing. So that's the first thing. The second thing, they understand their advantage, an unprivileged advantage, and they're really continuously improving and building their advantage stack. They're not just stop with their present advantage stack. They're continuously evolving and improving their advantage stacks. That's the number 2. And the final one is about they have a discipline in their life. They're disciplined emotionally, physically, and they apply discipline everywhere because they know the discipline is always putting them ahead. So these are the 3 things I find out in common.
Okay. One more question. What does a life with options look like?
Look, I believe this one, everybody should have a life with options. This world has an infinite resources. For every human being in this world should have life with options. But I'm going to tell you, less than 5% or 10% people actually have a life with options because they have brought them to that situation where they don't have life of options. So what is this life of option I'm talking about, right? The life of option is about you have the ability to choose a good one from a set of good options. What does it really mean? You want to have a job? You have 3 offers, 3 good offers, and you choose the best one. You're a freelancer, you want to find clients, you have 3 clients who want to work with you, and you choose the right client and good client to work with you. You want to have a family, you can decide when do you want to get married. You want to leave, you want to find a house, you can live anywhere you want to live. Any district you want to live. You want to have children, you can decide how many children you want to have. 5, 4, 10, it's the options. You have an options to how you want to work and when do you want to work. Tomorrow you don't want to work. You feel like it's okay. Tomorrow, if you don't show up in your team can cover it for you. That's one sort of option too. You have options to invest. When you want to make an investment, you have 4 other deals in your hand and you can make the right investment for you to make the right return of investment for you. When you want to go for a holiday, you can choose there are 5 destinations and you choose where you want to have the most amount of fun and you go there. But here's the thing. Most people don't have life with options. They think about they cannot afford a house where they really want to live. They cannot spend their weekend the way they want to spend their weekend. Some people even spend the weekend the way they want to do, but they sabotage the future. So here's the thing, it's very important. They're spending the thing for sabotaging their future. Like an example, a corporate person partying every Friday night and Saturday night and somehow recovering from a lot of alcohol on Sunday, and they're still showing up looking tired on Monday, and they're complaining on Tuesday night and Wednesday night to their spouses or their friends that they have a disappointing life and they want to be an entrepreneur? No, you don't. You're never going to be, because you have spent it in the wrong way. People want to have children. Now they said, oh, we cannot have more than one children. That is not a life with options. People want to have a holiday and they're thinking about cheapest tickets. So that is not life with options. I hope that's clear to you now.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you one more example to make it even clearer. Let's think about, you want to have a dinner and you want to have a date with a person you love, and you have a bunch of restaurants for you already. So the one sort of options you already have. Where do you want to go? So where you have the most romantic time you can spend. And here's the thing, all of them are good options. That means you have an ultimate line of options already. And now you're coming in a restaurant and you sit on the tables. One life option is about you looking through the menus and you're finding the cheapest item to order, because you don't want to make the night to cut your pocket. You don't have the options. Now let's improve the options a little bit. Now you're trying to look in the menus and find out and you're choosing the item you like ordering. That's another sort of options. The third of options, the ultimate one, you call the chef and say, this is what I want. Make a customized menu for me. That's another options. Another options could be another ultimate line. You call the person and you say, what is the best seller here? What's the best item you have? And you don't even look at the menu. You just tell them, bring it to me. Because now you're spending all the time with your loved one to enjoy the night, except worrying about what's the food going to look like. So this is the different sort of options you could have just in setting of restaurant. And this apply everywhere. You want to send your kids to school? You have 4 schools to send to them. You're not thinking about tuition fees. It's about you're planning your holidays, and you're thinking about how to catch a 10% discounts in a plans, or without the discount you cannot make a trip. So you don't need discounts and you can go to a hot trip anytime you want, and you could choose the best seats and you can go the right trip as well too. And then you are in a holiday and you feel like it's been a great time going on. I want to stay another couple of days. That's another level of options too. So this is why the life with options is actually makes your life. And here's the thing, I'm going to tell you again. The world has all the resources for every human being to have a life with options, but just people have not designed it. People has not earned that privilege yet, because most of them would ever imagine they will able to have life with options. The soul themselves is not possible to life with options. They have never imagined about it. They have not put the effort to earn those options. And this is what is talk about. I'm talking life with options. And when you have life with options, the quality of your life rocket level up. You see yourself a different person. Your self-esteem lift up another level. People look at you and they also get inspired at you the way you live. It's not about living a selfish life. It's about a life where you can choose how you want to do it, when do you want to do it, and how many times you want to do it. And of course, you're doing it for good, not for negative way.
Okay. Have you seen anyone who have a life with options?
I've seen it. I had an opportunity to meet a few people who are having life with every option step possible. So I will tell you, back the time I was working for RMIT, and I received a call from one gentleman. I will not spell the name. I pick up the phone call and he said that he want to contribute something in the nonprofit. He inspired about it. He also a philanthropic person as well too. So I asked, who are you? I was sitting in my laptop. He told me the name. I put it in the Google and I see he's a billionaire. And he told me that, why don't you come over and have a lunch and coffee with me? And I said, he's a billionaire. So of course, sitting with him, probably I will be able to learn something. And that was a great example for me to learn with what is life with options. He doesn't look at the menu. He knows what he wants already. So here's the thing. A lot of people think about that I'm going to look into the menu and trying to find out what is the best for me. But at the ultimate life with options, they exactly know what they want, when they want, and how they want it. So you don't look at the coffee menus. You just say, I want a flat white, no sugar. That's the requirement. He doesn't even look at the menu. He doesn't look at the price. We're sitting in a 5-star hotel, by the way. In the lunch menu, he just asked about, what's the best food you have here? The person who was taking the order just said, these are the 3 things we have, the best thing. He said, I want the beef. Make it well done. And then the chef looked at me, what I want. So of course, I want the same. So I told him, make it 2. That's how a simple thing, when we see the successful people, there's so many things we can learn instantly. How? Because he has a life with options, right? And one of the things I see this one, even he has a lot of life of options, he always care about his time because he want to spend the time with me because he have the options to also to choose more time to spend with me and talking to me and also discuss the idea I have for him as well. So that's an example. When is the first time in your life you was been to in a 5-star hotel?
Maybe 2 years ago.
Okay. It's great. For me, the first time I was in a 5-star hotel when I was 6 or 7 years old. Why did that happen to me? First, I had a backdoor access because if I would be going to a 5-star hotel by myself, it would be taking probably time like you. So I had a backdoor access and my backdoor access was given. I had this backdoor access and my backdoor access was that time my idol. And my idol was my uncle, a British uncle who was very successful when he's as a doctor and was been very successful as an investor as well too. So he took me to a 5-star hotel when I was 6 and 7 years old. And he was giving the backdoor access to a 5-star hotel. And now I'm going to tell you what does the option look like. I was with them, me, him, and my mom there. And I told him that I'm a little bit thirsty, uncle. My mom said, oh, this is a really expensive place. Don't think about it. We can eat outside. My uncle said, no, it's fine. Come with me. He took me inside to the cafeteria and he didn't just give me a drink. He said, what do you want to eat? There is a lot of stuff a lot of food in the buffet area. And he said, whatever you want to eat, pick it up. Lots of bakery. So then I pick it up, the one I want. And I had a big drink sitting in a 5-star hotel at the age of 6 and 7. And that's an incredible example of life with options. My uncle showed me what the life with options look like. You can sit in a 5-star hotel and you can order the thing you want. And you don't have to think about, oh, okay, it's too expensive. Maybe you should go outside, wait for a couple of hours and you can drink something. And he didn't just give me a drink. He said, listen, you should eat something too. What do you want? So that's the thing. That's what it shifted me, that 5-star hotel experience is always in my mind. And every time after I went to 5-star hotels, and I always remember that moments of my uncle buying me the pastry and the drink. This is my experience, the first experience, and I already told you the other experience with a very successful billionaire, which is also show me how do you order meals, how do you think about it. And he has an option to control what mental state he wants to be in. He want to be in a peaceful, quiet, and happy mood, not in a very pissed off mood. So that's also as an option, because if you would be getting a lot of bombarded with a lot of pressure and a lot of issues, he will not be able to be in a positive mindset. He will lose it, right?
Is there any example related to entrepreneurship journey or related to job about a backdoor access?
Oh, all the time. If you're looking for any ultra successful entrepreneur, they all use the backdoor access over and over and over. And any entrepreneur who's not successful, failed, they did not have a backdoor access. Let's go with an ideal way first. The person who changed the e-commerce business for all over the world is Amazon, Jeff Bezos. Everybody knows the story that Jeff Bezos has to quit his job to start his Amazon business. But nobody talk about the real backdoor access he had. His real backdoor access was his father, which is a very wealthy person already, and he gave him the fund. And he told him this, and if you're not successful, I will give you more. Let's pick another ultra successful person. Mark Zuckerberg. Bill Gates. They are like billionaires in computer solutions. What they had all in common? They all had a backdoor access to the computers. The knowledge of why the computer has been built from their parents and from the relatives, so they could imagine something to create way up front to hit the market and win. Because again, I'm telling you, the Jack Ma said a wonderful line. There's a lot of things I don't like about him, but this is what it is. You don't need to be the best, but you need to be the first. And if you do this one, you have the highest possible opportunity to win and also dominating the market. So now, Queen, if you go and try to build the next Facebook, which is even 10 times bigger quality, better quality than the present Facebook, your chance of failure will be more than 99% because it's already too big for you to go for a battle and win against it.
So like every millionaire always has backdoor access after their success.
Exactly. In a different form of backdoor access. Somebody has a bigger one. Somebody has a smaller one. Somebody used it better. Somebody used it least. Somebody has, and these backdoor access, they also tie into their own other factor too. Second brain factor. They use, tap into their advantage stack too, and they multiply. So that's why those people become ultra successful and other people thinking on their hands on hand, how's that possible? These people are lucky. Maybe they come from another planet. Now, how many times people talking about Elon Musk is probably not a human? He is also another human too. Why is he so successful? Because he has all this backdoor access to the fund and capital. Think about it. Every company he started, it needs billions of dollars. Where it comes from? All from backdoor access. Of course, he is talented, but he has a backdoor access to the funds because that's why they call them PayPal Mafia. If you're not sure about it, go and Google it. The PayPal Mafia was the group of people who almost all of them are billionaires because there's a people behind of them who always want them to be successful because the people, when they are successful, the people in behind also successful too. And another thing is about, you even look around Vietnam, you can talk about, I don't want to mention the name, but you can remember some of the real estate developers. You say, oh, these real estate developers build some project in real estate in some area, there is nothing. But as soon as they build that area already, an asset over there, every infrastructure get developed around it. What does it mean? It's also a form of backdoor access because they have already know it. There will be infrastructure development will be done here and nobody knew it, that area will be developed. So they can acquire the land in a very cheap price and then they sell the apartments or houses or villas with a really expensive price.
But when it comes to backdoor access, lots of people think about the breaking the rules. Is that true?
If you always just playing the game with the standard rules, you will be always stuck with a level of average because the standard rules are designed to keep you average. Do you need to break the rules? The answer is no. You don't need to break the rules. You need to position in a way so you can take an advantage of the rules. Let me give you an example. In US, the tax is really high. But do you know the Warren Buffett, which is one of the most richest person of the world, paying less tax compared to his assistant? Why? Because he playing the game to play on the standard rules. So he's using the rules to pay less tax, becoming ultra wealthy person and making so much money. He owns a big portion of the Coca-Cola, bringing into revenue to his company. So it's not about breaking the rules. It's about positioning yourself in a way so you can take the advantage of the rules. It's not about you trying to rob someone. You're trying to utilize it in a proper way so the rules can stay on your favor. And normally, the society put on a lot of baggage on you. I will give it to you like an example. You need to have a big houses. You need to get married at 25. You need to have a bigger houses. You need to spend more on expensive clothes. You need to buy things to impress other people who even you don't know. So those are the system are being built on against you to stack the deck against you. And now if you don't understand what game you're playing, you're going to lose over and over. And you will do one thing. You will complain about your life. You complain about the God. You complain about the government will come and save you one day. It's never going to happen. You put yourself in that thing. So that's why you don't need to break the rules. You need to position yourself correctly so you can take an advantage of the rules.
Next question. You have said before that mentorship is the ultimate backdoor. And why? What do you mean by that?
Mentorship is always an ultimate backdoor. If anybody say this is not right, that person doesn't understand what is mentorships. And I'm going to give you an example of my own life. How do I get this backdoor and how it's been an incredible thing. In our company for VSHR Pro Academy, we had first client without any sales meeting, without any sales deck, no decks, without any sales calls. And even the first 12 customer of the company, who are all other big other companies too, without any sales team. How did it happen? Because a mentor is a backdoor access. And I'll tell you how it is. I was been struggling to solve my HR problem of my nonprofit back the time Vietnam Social Health Revolution. And I was almost at the verge of quitting it. My mentor guided me that I should focus on building HR solution, HR models to apply. Because back the time I was a CIO, I know how to systemize a business. I had a lot of research on HR already. So combining these two, and I was building different models to apply on my nonprofits to solve my HR problem. And it clicked, and I finally solved the problem. So our nonprofit became really successful. We went for 350 people. We had like 6 offices around Vietnam, different cities. We went to VTV and national newspapers, and my mentor saw me in the VTV, and he called me up, "Hey, John, what's happening? I just saw you in the TV. Let's have a coffee tomorrow." So I met my mentor, and I tell him all the story, that how I solved the HR problems. And then my mentor told me this one, "Hey, I need the solution. You bring it to me tomorrow or next week, whenever you have time, come to my office, and I want the solution applied in my company." Next week, I went to his office. His company became the first client. And then not only that, he told his friends, because he hung out with his friends. They are also his buddies. He told them, he said, "Hey, I'm getting my HR problem solved. John is working with me. They all need HR solutions." He just connected me all of them. And now I'm going meeting them. There's no sales meeting. There's no sales deck. Consultation about the problem. We talk about the solutions and get started. What does it look like? It's a backdoor access. But now, if other people trying to sell something to the same company, what they need to do, they need to go for traditional sales cycles where they need to messaging them to all the different HR leaders in different channels and try to get a meeting with them. Even they finally get a meeting, they need to try to prove they are the good one. And then after they even propose a solution, they have to run for a lot of due diligence to find out if it really works or not. And then finally, they even delaying for a few months, is it should go to contract or not? They were trying to spend less on the cost. They were trying to negotiate the price. The procurement will come in. Everything is cut. How? Backdoor access coming from the mentor.
Backdoor access. I used to hear about that you talk about your mentor who sold $800 million company. So how did he shift your thinking?
Lots of things. He is a living book for me. He's still alive and he's doing incredible. And here's the best part he's doing right now. He's becoming younger every day. So when he sold the $800 million companies, I realized this on how he operates. Even he sold $800 million companies, the first thing he told me this one, it's not about the money too. His lifestyle hasn't changed anything. He's doing the same thing. He's not spending more. He's not buying more lavish, more expensive cars. Because other people think about the normal people, you talk to them, and if you give $1 million, almost all the $1 million, they will say what things they'll buy with $1 million. And most of them is one houses to live, a car to buy, clothes to buy, think about traveling, they'll just spend and use them all. He didn't spend any money on luxuries. He took that amount of money, and his lifestyle has not changed at all. Second thing, he started the next mission, and he started with zero. And his next mission now, he wanted to focus about the health. And you know how he does? Because when he got an $800 million sold, because he got an attention from other billionaires and multimillionaires too. He figured out that everybody's talking about one thing. Number one priority in their life is health. So he turned that one his motto. Because until now, he was selling IT solutions to companies. Now he figured out, so now he can serve much more wealthy people and solving the health problem. And the health problem they want to solve is about how you don't die soon. How to make sure this one, you can live for a really long period of time. You have made the job, you have done the work, you build the options. Now it's time to keep enjoying the options and keep making remarkable impacts to this world. And actually he's doing a great job, because if you can keep those successful people live longer, the world will be a better place. Because the successful people around means more job will be created, more problem will be solved, then our world will keep improving.
What's the cost of trying to play the game without backdoor access?
Oh, you're just buying yourself with a lot of pain, a lot of delays, and a lot of risk on yourself to quit. Just think about this. Why people quit? They lose the belief. They cannot make it happen. Imagine you're trying to move from here to here. And in the beginning, when you will start something, you really believe yourself a lot. You believe at the top. The longer you time spend, but you have not achieved your outcome, you're basically selling your belief, energy, and time. People always think about energy and time and only spending, and money too sometimes. You've also, more importantly, you're significantly bleeding out your belief. So finally, if they keep going on longer, they would be successful, but they just cannot do it anymore because they run out of belief, run out of the time, run out of the energy, run out of the money. So they cannot go to that destination anymore. And the backdoor access is about giving a lift. Think about somebody is walking with a normal sneaker, you have a spring under your sneaker. So you like jumping from one point to another point. You don't need to walk, you're jumping it through. Or somebody is walking and somebody is riding a motorbike. Or somebody sitting in a van. So they will achieve to the destination way sooner than you. And finally, I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. So you just missed the goal. So do yourself a favor. Focus on backdoor access. And also try to create backdoor access to other people. Because if you don't create for other people, because in the beginning, you will not be able to afford this backdoor access by buying it with money. So create it. If you cannot create it with others for other people backdoor access. And then you can exchange the backdoor access with them. Give you their backdoor access and you let them use their backdoor access. It's a beautiful team game. If you have a second brand, if you have turning your lover into a second brand already, you can share, you combine your work together and can build backdoor access too. And when you finally, come to your positions, you'll start to acquire with the money different backdoor access. Like I said, I don't wait in a long immigration line in the airport anymore. I bought the access. I take the VIP route and pass through. I don't sit in a normal lounge in the airport. I sit in a VIP lounge. I don't have to think about before go to the airport, I need to take a breakfast. So I have to go and sit over there. But no. I will just go there. I don't have to go early. I will just pass the whole line in 5 minutes because I have VIP access. And then I'll be sitting in the lounge, enjoying my breakfast. And as soon as the flight is going to take on 10 minutes ago, I'll be going into the plane. Done. So that's the whole process. Normal people will spend 4 hours, 5 hours to complete. The same thing I will complete in just 1 hour period of time. And not only that, having a lot of enjoyment, enjoying the food, enjoying the environment, and also seeing other successful people sitting in the lounge too, and probably collect 1 or 2 more new friends as well.
Do you have any mentee stories that show the contrast clearly?
Absolutely. I can go a lot. Let me tell you 3 mentees. The first mentee decided to start a business. And this mentee tried for 2 years and have not gone to anywhere. Have not tried any backdoor access. The second one tried to use a backdoor access, but used the wrong one. She went for a multi-level marketing business. Her whole reality got shifted. She used to be a pharmacist for a multinational company, and now she's a stay-at-home mom trying to sell multi-level marketing and not making enough money. But I have another mentees who use the backdoor access correctly, get into the different right jobs in the right time in a big corporates, made a lot of money, and at the same time productize the expertise in start the part-time entrepreneurship journey even at the age of 27, 28. So there you go. Because when you're having a full-time jobs, you have less times. And when you don't have a full-time jobs, you also actually have less times because you want to earn money. You need to pay your bills. Because if you have a job, means not the job is at least giving you the salary. But when you are doing a freelancing or solopreneurship, you have to pay your bills. Who's gonna pay this thing? So you have to burn your savings to go through that thing, right? So ultimately, you still need that backdoor access so you could create an outcome. You can make this lift sooner. So your journey, the challenging journey could be shorter, but ultimate goal you can set bigger too and can achieve much more bigger outcome.
So after your sharing, I understand that backdoor access is very necessary for entrepreneurs, especially for newbies. So where can they find backdoor access or how can they build it?
All right. So there are different level of backdoor access you have. Like an example, one of the most powerful backdoor access you can have is your mentor. So now here's the thing. When you have a mentor, you could capitalize your mentor in a different way. Some will listen to the mentor and they will think about it and say, that's a good idea. And that's it. That means you have used the least possible way. Second one, mentor tell you what to do and you do it yourself. That's the second level. The third level is a mentor. You come with your problem, mentor give you something, you go and implement that thing and create an outcome. You come to the mentor and you ask for better next steps. And finally is about you work with the mentor continuously and can keep creating different new opportunities, and mentor will bring you to the different new other opportunities too. And give you a system so you could produce a better outcome, and also that the same system can help you to acquire new customer services, partnerships, new opportunities. You give you a new way of accessing different access, new resources. That's what a mentor is ultimate advantage. But there is another thing you could do. You could position your lover as your first line of mentors as well too. Because then, and you could be that personal mentor too. And you could position them as a second brain and also position them as your mentor too. And then you can play the game of champions. I call it. The people, why they're champion? Because they're constantly getting better. They're constantly taking feedbacks, what they're doing right now, and they're making changes for making a little more better. And that's why they're champions. So that could be the internal you could do, because you cannot sleep with your mentors, right? But you can spend significantly longer period of time with your second brain, with your loved one, your husbands, or with your lover. And then you have much more time you can spend on together to get the initial level of mentorships for each other. And you can give an ultimate level of different level of mentorships from a mentors.
Today we repeat many times about mentor, backdoor access, a life with options, and second brain. So how do they connect? Is there any connection between them? Can you give the last message to the audience?
Absolutely. It's all connected. It does not work separately. Because when you have a second brain, you have your first team already in the ground, brings your advantage and create leverage for you. And what I'm talking about, backdoor access is also a level of advantage and leverage too as well. Life of options is the ultimate outcome. You're using the advantage and leverages to make your journey as smooth as possible, as less painful as possible, so you can be in the game for a long period of time, because it's going to take some time for you to create a life with options. And then live or option is the thing you are producing for yourself. And live or option doesn't stop with one layers. It has so many layers into it. And more you go, the more beautiful options start to get unlocked for you. So, and here's the best part. When you have the backdoor access, you can skip the long line, save yourself from a long waiting time, save yourself from a lot of pain, and be on the main spot. You have access to all the valuable assets of the spot, so your whole games get much easier and put you a place where you are almost look like unstoppable. That is what a real backdoor access can create for you.
Thank you so much for your sharing. And that's all for today.
You're welcome.